In this question, you can clearly see that we are doing binomial theorem over here. So 3i is asking for the third term in the expansion of 2 plus x holding to the power of n. So recall this formula, which is tr plus 1 equals to n choose r, a n minus r, br for the expansion, a plus b holding to the power of n. So for 3i, we're going to use this formula over here. So t3, which is the third term, which is what the question is asking for. So 3 is r plus 1, right? So r must be 2. So n choose 2. A is my 2 over here. So 2 to the power of n minus 2, because r is 2. And my b is my x. So x to the power of 2, right? So over here, we can see that for n choose 2, okay, we can actually write it as n times n minus 1 over 2, okay? And then we can write the others as 2 to the power of n over 2 square and then x square, okay? And this, if I simplify it, is actually equals to n times n minus 1, 2 to the power of n minus 3, because this is 2 times 2 square is 2 cubed, okay? So I'm going to bring the power to the numerator. It will be a minus 3. And then finally, we have our x square over here. And this will be our answer for 3 part I. And we are done with 3 part I. Okay, so let's do 3 part 3II over here. So write down the first 3 terms in the expansion of this expression over here. So this is a pretty standard question. So let's do it. So this is equals to 1 plus 5 choose 1 minus 3x plus 5 choose 2 minus 3x whole thing square, okay, in which this is equals to 1 minus 15x plus 90x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, so whenever you do binomial theorem, you need to remember this plus dot 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 over here to indicate that there are more terms, but we are not writing it. Okay, and for your info, 5 choose 1 over here, you can key in your calculator, it's 5. And for 5 choose 2 over here, you can key in your calculator as well, it is actually equals to 10. Okay, now let's do 3 part 3. Okay, so 3 part 3. Now in the expansion of 1 minus 3x holding the power of 5, which we have done earlier, okay, so we can see that it is part 3 is linked to part 2. And in the expansion of this times 2 plus ax holding to the power of 6, the coefficient of x is minus 384. Find the value of a. So the key idea here is to not expand everything, but rather to ask ourselves what terms in 1 minus 3x holding to the power of 5, when multiplied with this, right, gives us the terms in x. Okay, so I repeat. So earlier we have our expansion of 1 minus 3x holding the power of 5 over here. Next, we are just going to find, let's say, the first 2 terms of the expansion of 2 plus ax holding the power of 6 over here, because we are just interested in the coefficient of x. So we want to know what terms over here multiplied by the terms over here give us the terms in x. Then that will allow us to quickly identify the coefficient of x. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to write down the expression. Okay, and for 1 minus 3x holding the power of 5, we can just copy this over here, which is 1 minus 15x plus 90x square. Again, plus dot dot dot. And next, we are going to just look for the first 2 terms in this expansion over here. So that would be 2 to the power of 6 plus 6 choose 1, 2 to the power of 5 times ax, again plus dot dot dot. And let's simplify this a bit. This will be equals to 1 minus 15x plus 90x square plus dot dot dot. And 2 to the power of 6 is actually 64 plus, now this is actually 6 times 32. In that case, that will be actually equals to 192. And that will be actually 192ax, again plus dot dot dot. Okay, So I'm just going to continue on over here on the right hand side. So I'm going to multiply the terms here and the terms here. That gives me the terms in x. So in that case, I'm going to multiply, so the terms in x, right, is actually equals to, in that case, I will take 1 times 192ax, okay, plus minus 15x times 64. Okay, so these are the terms when I multiply together, it gives me the terms in x. So this is equals to 192ax. This will be equals to, let's see, what is this equals to? 15 times 64 is actually minus 960x, right? So we see that the coefficient of x is minus 384. So I'm going to take out x, okay, and then that gives me the coefficient over here, okay, coefficient of x, which is 192a minus 960. So which means I can say that 192a minus 960 equals to minus 384. Now solving for a, we get that a is equals to 3. And we are done with this binomial theorem question.